technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
India has exposed the terror state. And imagine this is now coming in from a terror state which kills its own civilians. Is Pakistan even under position to give sermons when it comes to peace? Because here India has accused Pakistan of exporting terror. India hitting out at Pakistan for bombing its own people, where India has denounced the baseless statements and has urged Pakistan to rather focus on its domestic issues first. Let's get in a word from Shinjoy now. Shinjoy, look at the irony. A country that bombs its own people, its civilians. We've seen those pictures, disturbing pictures that came in from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Is Pakistan even in a position to give sermons about peace and dialogue, especially to a country like India, because it has been abusing this forum?
Pakistan has been doing this not just once, but more than once. In the 1970s, the Pakistani Air Force bombed Baluchistan, and the Baluchi rebels were bombed. Now, how can you bomb your own people? That's the first one. Now, more recently, in what used to be Northwest Frontier Province, now Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, once again, people have been bombed. And you can see the casualties. Women and children have been killed. So what can a government do? Can it bomb its own people? And can it remain a legitimate government? That's a question Pakistanis have to ask themselves. That we have a government that bombs people in Baluchistan. We have a government that bombs people in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So what kind of government do we have? That's really the first point. Now, what it says is that the people of Baluchistan and the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are very clear that the leadership in Islamabad and Rawalpindi are there just to take their resources. They believe that they don't matter to the people of Islamabad and Rawalpindi. All they want is their land and the resources. This is particularly so in Baluchistan.
So representing India at the 60th session of the Human Rights Council, it is Kshitij Tyagi, the Counselor of Permanent Mission of India in Geneva, and saying that Pakistan should rather focus on rescuing an economy on life support, a polity which is muzzled by military dominance, and human rights record that is stained by persecution. Listen in.
Objective and non-selective in its approach. Our collective effort should foster unity and constructive engagement, not division. We are concerned by the continued proliferation of country-specific mandates. Far from advancing the Council's core mandate, they reinforce perceptions of bias and selectivity. Focusing narrowly on the human rights situation in a few countries distracts us from the urgent and shared challenges the world faces. We firmly believe that lasting progress can only be achieved through dialogue, cooperation, and capacity building, always with the consent of the state concerned. At a time when the world is struggling with multiple crises, the Council's work should be channelized into forging consensus through a non-politicized and forward-looking approach. Mr. Vice President, a delegation that epitomizes the antithesis of this approach continues to abuse this forum with baseless and provocative statements against India. Instead of coveting our territory, they would do well to vacate the Indian territory under the illegal occupation and focus on rescuing an economy on life support, a polity muzzled by military dominance, and a human rights record stained by persecution. Perhaps once they find time away from exporting terrorism, harboring UN-proscribed terrorists, and bombing their own people. I thank you.
Response given by India to Pakistan exposing it globally, but on global platforms we also speak of the UNGA. As Shinjoy continues to be with us, we talk about President Donald Trump, because he seems to be